Bruh.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And we back, y'all. We back on the line, fellas.
Hey, they can't keep us down. We back.
This
Right.
is what happens
Man, let's do
when
this.
you celebrate Juneteenth on the 4th of July. Okay, you get cut off. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is exactly.
Whoa. That was the way I didn't think that was coming out. Whoa, wait a minute.
This is what happens
Right.
when you get 5 black men in the same room talking about facts, and you got a strong black woman that's back there producing. This is what happens. You get cut off.
Can't keep us down, baby.
Can't keep it down for long, dog.
Trust me.
Oh, boy.
AFN, all our fans out here, you've been led astray. You've been hoodwinked. You've been bamboozled. But guess what? You're back. They couldn't keep us down, man. We had to pay a couple of bills, but they couldn't keep us down, though. But
That's right.
we appreciate y'all back. Yo, you know what?
Yeah.
You know what? Comment section, everybody that's watching right now, yo, y'all could drop a couple of jokes in there because that was funny as hell. We didn't even know what happened.
Y'all,
You know?
yeah. We coming back, y'all. We back.
Okay, so we'll put it like this. Like we'll start over. Actually, I want to start real quick, right here, because I was getting ready to say something, man. I was getting ready to say something with this man, because all 4 of y'all cheesing like a bunch of those Cheshire cats and whatnot, man. I know y'all sitting there thinking that y'all got the Larry O'Brien. Yo, not right. Ain't nobody playing with you, man. Okay. Yeah, but listen, what y'all guys are getting with DeJounte Murray, okay, is the same thing that the Golden State Warriors had with Klay Thompson before he blew his knee out and he had those 2 years with battling injuries. Is that what you're gonna do? Your offensive threat, you're gonna hide him, okay? He's gonna use the majority of that energy on the offensive side of the ball, okay? What DeJounte Murray is going to do, he's going to take their top offensive threat at the point guard position. He's going to lock him down. That's his sole job, okay? Outside of that, whatever he brings, the 20 points per game, the 2 steals and everything like that, that's fine. But what you're getting is a straight lock. Now, the question is, does that make you guys better than at least the top 4 teams in the East? I would like to hear Barwan start off with first. You know, what you think, brother?
I'll say yes for the simple fact that if we all watched the game, especially when we was heading to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yep.
What was the main thing that they tried to do last year, but they were successful in doing this year? They bottled up Trae Young because why? He was the focus of the offense. And we all know Trae is not necessarily known for defense, but when he gets hot on offense, he's almost unstoppable. And he gets the team going. The problem we had with the Hawks was Trae didn't have any help. He didn't have that second man to take the pressure off of him.
Yep.
Now you got DeJounte Murray, who can shoot the ball, who can pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? Who can take it inside or whatever. He can also play defense. So what that's going to do is free up Trae Young to do what Trae Young does best. You know what I'm saying? He's going to be able to hit them threes from the corner now wherever he wants to. He's going to be able to facilitate the ball. He's going to be able to run around and cause havoc. And that in itself, where you got teams with stout defenses like, the Heat, Celtics. Now they have to focus on more than just one player. And they don't have to put 3 or 4 guys on him and try to, keep him bottled up where he can't do what he's going to do. What you think, Coach?
Also, the same thing you were saying is that Murray can bring the ball down the court too. You had to worry about Trae putting the ball the whole time, so he can play that. He can play that Steph Curry role just off ball. Like you said, it's going to free up a lot of things for him to be wide open, because if you double team with him, Murray, Trae's open. He's taller. He can pass the ball over those guys. He's not, Trae's a short guy. So
yeah.
Other than that, I think it's one of the greatest pickup. I ain't gonna say the greatest, one of the greatest pickups we had in a long time. So I think we're gonna be at least top 5 this year.
I think we'll be at least top 5 this year, man. Like you said, Coach. Now, I was gonna call him Steph. Now Trey can be Steph like. You know, he can play out the ball. DeJounte Murray gonna lock him down and shoot. If he get hot, he'll get hot too. You gotta think the man was an all-star as a point guard. Yeah. Man was an all-star. That's a huge deal, man. He gonna help out tremendously on defense, man. That was our Achilles heel last year. We couldn't stop. We were about on defense. We were about as good as a bag of water. Okay. So that's gonna improve that a whole lot, man. The Hawks gonna be dangerous next year.
Yeah, you know, Eric Mack. What's his name? Blackberry. What do you think about this, bro? Like, who would be a good deal for John Collins? I know, like, he's getting ready to talk about DeJounte Murray, but since you're gonna round this up, you can talk about DeJounte Murray and who you think would be a good deal for John Collins.
Who would be a good deal for John Collins? What that mean? Who? What that mean? Who would be a good deal?
I think what he's trying to say. Who could you trade John Collins to get?
Right.
I don't think you need to trade John Collins. The mistake a lot of the fan base and maybe even our Hawks was making was that John Collins was a legit number 2 option. He might have gave you signs that he could have been that, but at some point, players reach a pinnacle where they're going to be what they are. And what John Collins is an energy guy. You get him momentum, you get him hot, you get him running the floor, and he can be a game changer. Yeah. But when you asking him on a night-to-night basis to be a legit number 2 option, to be a playmaker, to be a scorer, to play defense, he's not going to be able to put all 3 of those in faction on a nightly basis. DeJounte Murray is a legit number 2. He plays defense. He's a scoring option. He can make plays. So that's what we needed. But as far as John Collins being moved, who would be a good? I mean, I
don't know who.
You don't move.
You know what I'm saying? But
you don't move.
Honestly, yeah. But honestly, it's like this team is too good to be going backwards. And what they did during the pandemic year. When you guys, I think it was like you guys were like the 4th seed, that year where y'all was sitting there messing with those old trash ass New York Knicks. Yeah. Y'all still suck. For my other fellow New Yorkers, y'all guys still suck. Then moving on. Now,
hey, look here, y'all want to come when you screaming F. Trey Young at Yankees games, bro.
They say F. Trey Young. They say F. Acuna. They say F. It doesn't matter. They don't even know what they.
You're right.
Hey, look at somebody whoever in charge of that, send them one of our finest strippers in a 20p lemon pepper and tell them that's from us. We sorry for what we did.
You're like how you butt hurt at a baseball game. Look, you can't even enjoy the people in front of you.
The thing about New York is New Yorkers are mad at everything. There's 10 million people on this one little strip of island. Don't believe what you see with the geography that New York State. We don't count New York State. Okay, you're from New York, so you don't count. Okay,
it's just like Atlanta don't count Georgia.
Right.
Now, because my people's from Buffalo. That's Western New York, sir.
West New York, bro.
That's Western New York.
Yeah, when you talk about New York, it's like when you say I'm going to New York, that does not mean you're going to Buffalo. Okay.
Nah. You gotta enunciate where you're going.
Right. It's like you mean I'm going to see the Statue of Liberty is not in Buffalo, okay? It's not in Albany, nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? But listen, you can't keep hitting your head up against the wall, and I think that's what because Atlanta is built to win now. Now you still have to deal with that man in Milwaukee, and I think that's why John Collins has to take a step forward. Yeah, he has to be a 2010 guy in order for you guys to win. I know that's asking a lot, but God damn it, he's athletic. You can get 10 boards without even trying because 10 boards is like running the football. It has to do with heart. That's all it is. It has to do with heart. Go get those boards, man. He's an athletic freak. He is a pick and roll monster if you know how to use him like that. You know.
Oh yeah.
DeJounte Murray is going to be a slasher. DeJounte Murray is going to be a slasher. I actually don't like the trade that you guys got rid of Gallinari. That dude can spread the floor better than I think John Collins can.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't like that y'all traded Danilo Gallinari. You know,
I couldn't deal with him, man. I'm like, you 7 feet, bro. You need to be down there getting boards. Playing defense. We don't need your
that's not his game.
That's European, bro. Europeans don't play defense like that.
Right.
But you know, the pick upper.
But you know what? I believe John may get better because he doesn't have that pressure on him to be a number 2.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it is. I think that's what Blackberry was saying. It's like when you know a player is not in a certain category and he knows he's not in a certain category, he knows where his strength lies. You take that pressure off of him, now he's free to be the person that he's supposed to be because he knows he doesn't have to perform in that position that he's not really good at. So we say, okay, we got a true number 2 now. Now I can do what I got to do, you know, on the opposite side. Trey can do what he's got to do. And I think that's going to now they're trying to go for that balance. You know what I'm saying? They know they got weapons. They know the team can play as a whole, but we gotta get that balance. So, you know, that's why you see them making these different moves and whatnot, because I believe they're trying to round out their starting 5.
Yeah. Y'all guys are ready to win now because I think the Celtics are frauds because ever since somebody asked you know, Jason Tatum, you know, was he a superstar? That dude folded up like a lawn chair, man. Like that dude ain't ready for the spotlight. That dude ain't ready for the spotlight. Now, here's the thing. Here's another thing. You know, before we close this out, because we were talking about John Collins is another hot topic. I still think that when he doesn't have, if he's gonna be like that third option, then he's gonna have to do the dirty work, and that's where the 10 boards comes in. That's where the putback dunks come in at. So if you can't do 20-10, do 50-10, bro. Like do something like set hard screens. Like you're gonna have to be a what's his name? Draymond Green. If you can't be the second option, you can be a Draymond Green guy that does the dirty work. Because Clint Capella excels at doing the dirty work. He's just offensively limited. You know? So look, if you want to play small ball, you can move John Collins to the 5. You can run up and down, but you gotta be able to do dirty work. It's just that simple. But you guys can win now. That East is weak as hell. Okay? That East is weak. All right. Now, what we gonna do? Because Marwan wanted to talk about his man.
Yeah, man.
Number 24 on a jersey, number 1 in your hearts. AJ Terrell is finally getting praise and recognition from the media. Marwan, this is your topic. You wanted to talk about this. You was excited. Go ahead, bro.
Remember a couple shows back, I told y'all we were talking about it. I said, pay attention to that video when AJ Terrell got to see the new helmet. That right then and there was Arthur Blank's way of letting y'all know this is a marketing strategy. This is the face of the franchise right now. We trying to also win games, but we trying to put butts in seats. Now, all of a sudden, they were doing – I was just watching the show, and they were doing some of the takes on AJ Terrell. They were saying how he was so underrated, but now they believe that he could be the best corner in the league. And we like, really? We've been trying to tell y'all that. You know what I'm saying? But the fact is, he's that quiet weapon. He's that quiet weapon. He's going to go to work and let his work do the talking for him.
He's not that flash.
Right. But everybody loves him. The man's in the community. His personality is likable. And the Falcons are like, yeah, we need him up front. And that's now beginning to translate with the media. You know what I'm saying? And I guarantee you, when we play those games this season, everybody's going to come and see him. And that's why for the last 3 months, they've been putting him out front for everything. You know what I'm saying? Because if you notice, nobody else got to open that case but him. Nobody else.
Yeah.
You showed the helmet afterwards. Everybody will come up and look at it. AJ was the only one. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, he the face of the franchise. And what's going to happen is now they're going to be looking at him more when he plays. And I keep telling people, this going to be his breakout year because why? He has another man on the other side of the field that's going to do just as much damage. And them two are going to wreak havoc. That's going to take a lot of the pressure off of him, but it's going to also allow him to do what he does to the maximum. Mm-hmm. So y'all mark my words. He the face of the franchise, and that's what's going to get that Mercedes-Benz Stadium to start filling up. What you got, Knight Rider?
Hey, man, look, I used to be real hard on AJ Terrell, man. I was real skeptical about him. Because, boy, when I seen him against Alabama, he was getting cooked. I'm like, man, why we drafting this guy? Boy, I learned my lesson on that one, boy. Man, he that deal. He is that guy. Okay, he that deal. You notice not too many people went on his side of that field. They were always picking on everybody else. Man, AJ Terrell gonna take a lot of lunch money this year. He gonna take a lot of them. He taking your lunch money, your bologna sandwich, your ham sandwich, your cheese, your chips, everything. And I'm here for it.
Coach, we got a defensive coach right here, man. It's right up his alley, man.
Oh, well, you got to think about AJ. He wasn't that popular person coming to, when he got drafted. Like you said earlier, it's all about popularity, man. Mm-hmm. So when you have that popularity, you're gonna shine, but you don't have to. These guys got all this popularity, ain't that good. So with AJ, he's been playing football for a long time. And plus, when he was in Clemson, he had one game that he had one play when Chase, Jamar Chase. Other than that, the man he had a solid season. So I don't know why he dropped so much in the draft, but I'm glad we got him.
Yeah.
With that being said, man, AJ's going to do his thing. Like I say, that's he's going to do his thing. So that's nothing else that no one else can say about this guy here. But being a Falcons fan, I support everybody on that team.
Mm-hmm.
So,
absolutely,
it doesn't matter. We draft him, he's a Falcon. Simple.
Yep. When I think of AJ, I think of those guys out there in the back part, in the part of the apartments when you're growing up. You see him making all those. You see him out there out running everybody. They in everybody's face. Can't nobody deal them. Can't nobody touch them. And I think about AJ when I think about that yard player that everybody in the neighborhood just like, boy, I don't want none of him. Because I know when we get out there, we playing throw him up, bust him up. He ready. Yeah. That boy ready. He got fight. He got a lot of heart. And he coachable.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
He's coachable. He not big-headed. Well, I know I'm the shit. I know can't nobody do nothing with me. He knows it, but he's still willing to learn more from these coaches because he's not flashy like Warren said. He's not flashy. He's not gonna be yapping a lot in the media. He ain't yapping a lot out there on the field. He's showing you with his play that he is not to be messed with. You gonna throw my way? Because the league, they gonna try him them first few weeks. They gonna try him. So y'all giving him some respect now, huh? Well, let's just see if he doesn't earn this respect yet. And he gonna get tried. But AJ, one of them guys, he likes showing you better than he can tell you. And he's gonna show the league. Y'all gotta put me in the name of the upper echelon at cornerbacks. Y'all have to.
Notice he didn't say the apartments, he said departments.
Yeah.
Big difference.
One more thing. One more thing I want to focus on, and you guys can attest to this too from some of our receivers and stuff we had in the past. If you look at AJ Terrell, he's going to be that quintessential second type leader on defense, just like Grady Jarrett is, because if you look at it, they're showing his presence on and off the field. You know what I'm saying? When you see this man out in the community doing stuff, in his old hood or whatever, that kind of gives you a snapshot into who he is as a person.
Right.
And that goes a long way in the locker room. He's not just a great rookie player. He's not just a great corner. He's a great person.
Right.
And then that's what you want in the organization as far as a leader, because now you got separate leaders in their respective areas where everybody will gravitate, where everybody will follow him. You know what I'm saying? They'll set a tone that helps build this culture. And that's what you need. You know what I'm saying? You don't want players on teams to where, like you said, don't nobody want. I don't want to be a leader. Like how?
Right.
And being that face of the franchise, that goes a long way with the fans.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So now people, like you said, people want that excitement. People want somebody to come and see. You got somebody to come and see now.
Right.
Oh yeah.
And that will translate throughout the team.
I'm gonna round it off with this because I want to touch on a couple of points. Blackberry hit it right on the head, man. My man Blackberry, man. Not only is he driving a big rig, but he's sitting and hitting on points on a podcast, man. Shout out to my man right there. Now listen,
serious, boy. You got it.
Yeah, that's some talent.
that's some talent, boy.
That's another talent that Maggie Fontenot found deep in the draft. One of those gems.
There's a reason why she's the GM.
Yeah, that's the reason why she's the GM. Just like we found Fourier, just like we found Grady, we found another one. That's what we do. But listen, there was a game against. It is, man. There was a game against Carolina where they were testing this man, and when he broke up this pass, he looked directly at Matt Rule and said, "Stop it." I kid you not. If I could find the video, I swear to God, man, I will post it. He looked directly at Matt Rule. It was like, yo, stop it. Okay. I was like, this is special. I was like,
who was he going? Who DJ Moore or Robbie Anderson?
Probably Robbie Anderson or DJ Moore or punk ass. One of those two. But I would like to say that, listen, like, that's when I knew that AJ was coming into his own, where that confidence was starting to bloom. And it was like, yo, you know what? Not only can I play in this league, but I can lock fools up too. In a new defense that I'm learning, like, nobody could touch me, man. Defense, zone defense, like, yo, stop playing with me. And I'm going to back this up too. Before I do that, I want to shout out Tap Sports Gaming real quick. He said, yeah, AJ don't do all that talking on his play. Do it for him. He talked to his teammates. Yeah, the other teams don't. Oh my God, Tap Sports. I don't see Diggs or Ramsey on there, but they better. So in other words, he don't talk. It's like
he don't do all that yet. He's only talking on the field.
He don't yet. I'm gonna let my plays do the talking. And those Peppers hit on the head too. I bet Terrell has Chase Circle specifically on his calendar. Yep. Yes, be still talking about that national championship game. Come Jamal.
He got him circled. and he got a dartboard with his face on it.
That's your tail, Mr. Postman.
Man, what the street probably say? We want the smoke.
We want the smoke.
I want you. If you don't believe in this man, I got a couple of people up here. I got a hit list that AJ Terrell had last year, okay? And I got some stats for him, all right? Debo Samuel, when he lined up against him, 0 yards. Jalen White, 0 yards. Corey Davis, 0 yards. Marvin Jones, 5 yards. Michael Gallup, 19 yards. Stephon Diggs, don't even bother starting him if you got him against AJ Terrell because he had a whole 24 yards. Stop playing with my man right now, okay?
That AJ jersey number.
And put some cheese on it too.
You got my jersey number.
24 avocados on there while you're up there. But hey, man, I'm finna get ready to go ahead and get ready, dog. I gotta go pick up my partner. We gotta go ahead and hit this car show, man. I'm probably stream a little bit while I'm out there.
Yeah, it's all good, brother.
Hey, bro, be safe out there, man.
Be safe.
We'll do, man. I'll catch y'all on Thursday.
All
right.
Yeah, man.
We'll do.
All right, so we're still gonna round up, with AJ Terrell. He's finally getting his flowers. They finally got him ranked as kind of like not a Jalen Ramsey, but he got him around like number 2 in terms of coverage. That's all well and good. But check this out, man. I don't know who came up with this topic. This is pretty good, man.
It was me.
Oh, you did? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Former Falcons, Chris Oden, led the USFL with 12.5 sacks, and he won Defensive Player of the Year. Should the Falcons bring him in for a workout, Coach? That was your question. You go ahead and start it off, bro.
I say just for the workout, like I said, he didn't get a chance when he was under Dan Quinn. And, he a couple of those preseason games, he actually did a little work in there, but don't know. It's up to this staff. I said, it can't hurt you to bring him in for a tryout.
No.
Right.
If he goes in there, he shows up 12 and a half sacks, and these guys are, a lot of those linemen are legit linemen. But
Yeah.
you can only bring somebody in to try. That's all it is. So, but yeah, I thought that question. I thought it was an interesting question. So,
Listen, if that man stand up and put his hand in the dirt, he could do either one. I'm up for it, man. Because, like I said, we can't get no worse. I mean, we've been looking for a consistent pass rush for at least a decade. Ever since Fast and Physical, Dairy Queen, we've been looking for consistent ever since. You know what? I actually sipped on the Kool-Aid, okay? I want to admit that I was wrong. Y'all could get at me in the comment section, but I like to admit that I was wrong because I was sitting on the Kool-Aid with number 44, Vic Beasley. Okay? I was sipping on the Kool-Aid with that when he led the league in sacks. Okay, I was like, okay, we got something here. All right.
Well, okay.
And then I'm not going to mention number 98. A certain person wore number 98 that got drafted. It was like, we're going to get the quarterback. We're going to get the quarterback. We're going to get the quarterback. And the only thing only pass rush move that man had was a bench press. That was it. All he had was this. Like outside of that, so I mean, I would like to say that I'm not perfect. We don't get our takes right all the time on AFN. But I was sipping on the raw Kool-Aid, bro. I was sipping on the raw Kool-Aid. But check this out. Like, what you think, Marwan? Like, you want to bring in Chris Oden for a tryout?
Yeah. Reason being, look at it. Our team collectively had 18 sacks. Okay. And, I mean, we all know that that's something that we got to improve on. But this man himself right here got at least 60% of the team sacks by himself. And I'm with Coach. There's no harm in bringing somebody in to see how they do. You know what I mean? Because that could be a diamond in the rough. Just think about it. That's 12 and a half sacks by himself. Now you put that with, Grady Jarrett, you know what I'm saying, and them other guys, them sacks go up, especially if Dean Pease gets a hold of him. Now imagine that, a dude that can accomplish that kind of feat by himself in a Dean Pease system with some linemen beside him that can allow him to do what he does best. Well, he could be a problem. He could be a problem because, like you said, we've been needing a pass rush for almost a decade.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? How many times we didn't see people do the hug tackles? You know what I'm saying? I'm calling them what's the cards? The Hallmark hug tackles. Yeah,
I'm so sick of people coming around that bend and they put their arm out like that only for the quarterback to just shrug. And the thing is, like, it's a statue quarterback. It's not like it's somebody that has like agility or somebody like super strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's somebody like Tom Brady that will just sit there and it's like move his hips just a little bit, or Drew Brees that will just move his hips just a little bit, and it will be just like, you know what?
You go flying off in the left field.
Jacoby Brissett.
Now why you got to curse on TV like that? No.
I ain't gonna dive into it, but I'm just gonna say Jacoby Brissett. But but hey, I don't think it hurt to bring him in for a tryout. I mean, what can it hurt? First of all, he got a lot of confidence right now because he's the defensive player of the year in the USFL.
Yeah,
12 and a half set. He got a lot of confidence right now.
Yeah.
And he could take that momentum, bring it over here to the Falcons, carry it over here. I don't see what's wrong with bringing him in. Bring him in. I
mean, he damn sure could add some depth because right now, Ogundeji is our starting outside linebacker. And I don't like that one goddamn bit. I'm going to say right now. But I don't like him as our starting linebacker. I like him maybe as like a pass rusher, somebody like that can add depth. But as a like an automatic starter, I don't know. Like to book in, Zoe Carter, I don't know about that. I don't know about that, man. But at this point, we want to start bringing in some questions. So if y'all got any questions, put them out there, and we'll get ready to answer as many as we can. Marlon Davidson or Taquan. Like I said, you talk about Taquan Graham.
Yeah,
or I has to step in order for us to be a decent pass rush. We know what Grady and Rush is just for the middle of the rookies. Okay, so basically, we need the others, what we call them. We need others to step up, and it can't be just Grady because at this point, you saw what the Detroit Lions was doing to him last year. They triple teamed that man, and nobody else could get a pass rush outside him. 3 guys. There's only 5 men on the offensive line. 3 men was accountable for 1 man, which means that Steven Means, we already saw what Steven Means is incapable of doing, except for like dancing for a false start. He got that dancing right. He can dance when he get a false start. He knows how to shuck and jive better than anybody. When that offensive line jumps, oh yeah, he know how to dance with that. But outside of that, pass rush, come on, man.
Now that Mr. Bojangles wasn't cutting. Cut that out. Not gonna cut it.
I think Taquan could be he's sneaky. I think that he could be like a sneaky good. I'm not expecting, double digit sacks, anything like that, but like somebody that could build like consistent pressure. I mean, as of right now, going into training camp, they got him as a starting nose. I don't know why.
Yeah, I've seen that too. He's small.
They got Andy Rush third. They got the 350-pound mammoth of a man third. I think that's my only problem with Arthur Smith. Like sometimes with I know depth charts don't mean a goddamn thing to him. I get it, but at least like try to fool me, Arthur. Fool me, because when I see that, I just like it raises my blood pressure when I see stuff like that. Like Ogundeji starting that outside line. I get it, man. And I know the only 2 that actually makes him start on that defense right now is the no-fly zone with Casey Hayward and AJ Terrell. I think those are the only 2 right now that is like, okay, that makes sense. Other than that, I think Richie is starting as strong safety. I don't know.
You got to look at sorry. Depth charts that if you look at these depth charts that they put out there, y'all got to think about who this man is and look who his family is. It's all about strategy, man. It's all about strategy. Like I say, this is my thing I heard from this guy named Joe Madison. He said, you always look at things with your third eye. You listen to things with your third ear. So what he's pointing out is like, okay, I'm going to delusionize your eyes. Make you see do another. So we just got to be patient, man. Like he said, we had no practice. We had workouts. So when we practice, you'll see something different, I think.
Yeah.
That's my take on that.
But you know what? Coach is right, because we won them games with strategy last year, believe it or not. Yep. Because if anybody, I ain't a chess master, but I have played chess. And the one thing in chess you can do, if you real good, them pawns can take out top pieces very easily.
Set them up.
Very easily. So what Arthur Smith is doing is he was looking at what he had. He had a lot of pawns on the field, and he made it work. Now he got knights. Now he got bishops. Now he got rooks. Because think about it. People got to realize teams are going to have to find a way to adjust to just our wide receiver core alone. They're going to have to adjust to our running backs. They're going to have their offenses are going to have to adjust to our defense. We ain't going to have the big men up front that just going to run you over, but we going to have some men that's going to give you problems. We got a no-fly zone in the back. You know what I'm saying? We get Ayo back to be the safety. That man right there, you start creating havoc. And then he's going to scheme up things that's going to put the pieces he has in the best position to cause you problems. You know what I'm saying? Because you got to think. You got Kyle Pitts. they're going to focus on the guys that was already kicking they behind last year. Kyle Pitts, AJ Terrell, Cordero Patterson. You see what I'm saying? But if you're a smart man, you use them dudes as decoys to let the other guys eat, to let them get their feet wet, to let them get their reps in, to get their confidence up. That's what you got to understand. That's being strategic. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that bull-nose rush defense yet. We got elements of it that's gonna come together, but watch the strategy. You know what I'm saying? Because all you got to do is put one or two players on the opposite team out of position, and that throws the whole team off. Ju says it best. It's one or two plays that determine a game.
Mm-hmm.
And he ain't been wrong yet. So y'all pay attention to the strategy.
Check this out. Check this question out, though, bro. Like, what is y'all position battle you looking at the most? Like for Tev Sports, it's like offensive line and middle linebacker. I see that Blackberry was going to say something. My bad, interrupted you, but if you want to touch on that, so.
No, that question actually goes into what I was about to say. I'm gonna piggyback on one. I'm glad you said that about the players that we know what they are capable of, them being like decoys in the offensive scheme or the defensive scheme. We know what Kyle Pitts is gonna do. Kyle Pitts is gonna be a playmaker. I want everybody to pay attention to a position battle in training camp. The tight end battle for the number 2 tight end. John Fitzpatrick, Hesse, and Fisk. I want y'all to pay attention. Hesse is a serviceable tight end.
Mm-hmm.
So is Fisk. But John Fitzpatrick out of Georgia, our late round draft pick.
Talk about him.
This guy is a hidden gem. He's a hidden gem. Don't look at it. Go look. If you look at his stats in Georgia, he was there 4 years, had 17 catches for 200 yards, 1 touchdown. A lot of the casual fan, they'll look at that and they say, we can't do nothing with that guy. We can't do nothing with him. Listen, this guy know how to get down there in the dirt and get dirty on them trenches. He's sneaky athletic, and he's 6'7".
Yes.
250 pounds, 6'7", 250. But when you look at him, the guy is in phenomenal shape.
Yeah.
And what stands out to him with these coaches, with Arthur Smith and them, is that he's okay with being the dirt guy. He's okay with being the guy to get in there and get his hands dirty, do the bloody work. Let Kyle Pitts out there getting the catches. He out there catching balls flying across the field. John Fitzpatrick gonna sneak up on y'all up them seams. Catch a 30-yard, 40-yard, 20-yard, sneaky athletic guy, and with a 6'7" frame, you can throw it up there to him in the red zone, and he can make phenomenal plays for you. He's sneaky athletic, y'all. Pay attention to John Fitzpatrick in that tight end battle in training camp.
6'7". Do you not realize this man can walk in the end zone, throw his hand up and catch a 60-yarder? He ain't even got to jump. He just throw his hand up and be like, I got it. And then put his hand on the top of a cornerback's helmet and hold him down like, yeah, I got it. Stop playing.
Do you guys realize, number 2, do you guys realize that if John Collins don't work out, they can go get one of these Atlanta Falcons to go play power forward.
Trade.
Like at this point, it's a basketball team, and I think that's why Marcus Mariota is going to have a hell of a year, because the catch radius on some of these MFers that's going to be playing this year is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Like, you don't have to be super accurate to just get it near them. Also, say, Coach.
He may be one of the most accurate quarterbacks we have in the game this year because of that catch radius we have.
There you go.
I'm glad y'all said that. Because, like I said, we mentioned in the chat earlier, I was reading this here, Larry Brown Sports and everything, but they were saying ESPN reports that Mariota appears to be far ahead of Ritter after a strong spring. However, caution that Ritter also impressed things that could change rapidly. Now, we all know how ESPN dogs the Falcons. We know that. We all know how they do all the crazy stuff. But for them to admit that there's something there with Mariota lets you know that some people are paying more attention to this team than we think they are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I've been saying this since he been drafted. Well, since he was got on the team. The man knows Arthur Smith's system.
Yeah.
And the fact that he is a mobile quarterback on a team where people question the O-line gives that man and gives the offense flexibility.
Yes.
Because he does not have to hold the ball for his receivers. He does not have to hold the ball for his running backs. He doesn't have to stay in the pocket. He has good pocket awareness. You know what I'm saying? So if the pocket should happen to break down, collapse, he can always run out. He can always extend the play. You see what I'm saying? And the man has had a good enough time to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And coach, wasn't that what you said something about? They were saying something about his hand was giving him trouble.
I seen something earlier. I came in with exactly what I seen that it was about his hand when he was up in Tennessee. He couldn't feel the ball because I think it was his thumb or his pinky that he couldn't grip the ball when he was trying to throw the ball. He had no feeling in that finger or something. So,
wow.
So, but I can't exactly remember when I seen that. This was like real early.
Yeah. So when people see when your hand's messed up, you all know that attributes to accuracy. Doesn't matter how much you go through your progressions. If your hand is messed up, that contributes to your accuracy. But this man is well rested. This man has been studying this playbook on and off this whole off season, and he's comfortable in a system where he has some, commonality with the coach. That's going to be huge. Because if you and I get on the same page, then I can go ahead and do what I got to do as far as scheming up stuff and using that strategy to put you in a position so that you do well. Period. And then receivers is going to take, in any kind of inconsistency, them receivers are going to make up for it.
Honestly, you really should not play man defense against this team. You're going to have to play some sort of zone, some sort of cover 2 do not play cover 3. There's too many. There's too many seams in that. Okay, we already know what cover 3 is. DQ plays that. We already know what the strengths and weaknesses of that. It's trash. Okay, but if you decide to play man on a team full of basketball players, what exactly do you think is going to happen? That's why I'm looking at a guy that's not getting a lot of praise and a lot of eyes looking at him, but we traded for him for a pack of bubblegum and annihilator. Is Brian Edwards.
Yeah.
Like, Brian Edwards is going to ball this year.
Yeah. Yes.
If and I'm saying a big if, Auden Tate is another one, a huge receiver. That is a big man. Okay.
With a catch radius.
With a catch radius. We haven't even gotten to Drake London's old crazy ass. Okay. we haven't even gotten to him. We haven't even talked about Kyle Pitts. We haven't even talked about Damian Williams. We haven't even talked about CP. Like, we haven't even talked about the bowling ball, Mr. Algier is what I call him. We haven't even talked about him. So do you realize what's about to happen? Because one of our Achilles' heels is that when we got inside the 20, we'll kind of fizzle out. Happens. That's why Young Baku is one of the best kickers in the league right now. He had a hell of a lot of practice kicking field goals for us because we wasn't scoring no touchdown.
Right.
But when you sit there and Arthur Smith is finally going to open up that playbook because now he has familiarity, just like what Barwan said. He has familiarity with Arthur Smith. He knows the playbook. Everything, the language and everything is recognizable to him. All he has to do is just get a chemistry and a consistency with his receivers. That's it. And if you play man, guarantee you Marcus Mariota can still run. Him and Desmond Ridder, I think, run at least like a high 4.4, low 4.5. That's enough to get a first down and consistently move the chains. It is what it is, guys. I mean, it is what it is. But who do you guys think, in terms of the offensive line, who do you guys think that can actually take a step forward in terms of starting and solidify this to help us out? Because God knows we need it. outside of Jake and outside of Chris Lindstrom, like, who do you guys think that somebody that could come in and, help us out? I start with Coach.
Come in.
Not come in. Start.
Who's here now?
Here
who's
now.
Step up? I think Jalen Mayfield is going to have a better year this year.
Right.
I think he's going to.
Yeah.
Reason being because, like I say, he came from left tackle, from playing the tackle position. It's a different way you use your body to block from a guard from a tackle. It's a different footwork he has to develop. And like you said, he didn't want to start last year. He was thrown into the fire because they had nobody else. But you got to think about this. But you got to think about this also. Why was he thrown in the fire? He must have been the best player available to do that job. They don't think they would just put him in there just to put him in there. So they seen something in him enough to put him in there to go through that. So with that being said, this year I think he's going to be a big step, and I think we're going to solidify that offensive line. Because I even think the same thing for Hennessy, but I don't see Hennessy starting. I still see Dorman starting this year. So
Thank you.
That's just my take.
Hey.
Thank you. What you got, Marwan?
I got Anthony Rush. Because when you look, and you can go back and look at it on the games we played. The games when we put Anthony Rush in, teams like the Aints were running up the middle until we put Anthony Rush in. When we put Anthony Rush in, we forced him to the outside. Anthony Rush is going to do his thing. You know what I'm saying? Because now he's gotten comfortable on that O-line. You know what I'm saying? And when you begin to get comfortable, you get your rhythm. You know what I'm saying? Because we had a serious problem of them running it down our throats every game. And you notice when he came out, they would go back to running it down our throat. So my pick will be Anthony Rush. That man is going to make a big improvement. You know what I'm saying? Because that in itself allows us and allows the pass rushers that we have. I would say that in itself allows us to be like, hey, number one, you're going to protect the quarterback. You're going to give him time to do what he got to do. Okay. Then what that does is that kind of forces us to focus on the A and B gaps when them blitzes come. So they're not knocking Mariota all over the field. Or even if they try to flush him out, the pocket, there's no men sitting there waiting on him, to try to take him out. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the reasons why Matt Ryan got hit so many times, because wasn't nobody there to stop the rush. And especially when we was playing Tampa, when they saw we was kicking they behind, it's like, zero blitzing. They can't stop it. Because they knew Matt Ryan wasn't going to go outside the pocket like that.
Right.
So now Anthony Rush is really going to be able to show us what he's really made of.
I mean, that's how we lost that Tampa game. You remember that Tampa game when they sent a zero blitz? I think they sent Devin White straight down Broadway. And got into Matt Ryan's face. They would do that all the time. Go ahead, Marwan. My bad, man.
Yeah, but no, you're right. And that's the reason why Matt Ryan was doing 5 and 6 step drops, because he already knew he was trying to put enough space between him and the O-line. So in case this collapse, I can at least throw the ball up, get it out my hand. You know what I'm saying?
Get myself hurt. Yeah.
Right. So now you think if you got Anthony Rush doing his thing, Mariota gonna eat all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they're ready for that, man. But we have to talk about a couple of people, particularly on this team. And just to answer your question, Trev Sports, we're talking O-line and D-line. We're talking about anybody that can help this team, because we're looking to take the next step. Same like the Hawks. Hell, the Braves are taking the next step. We need the other team, Georgia, to the next step. We need another team from Georgia to take the next step. A lot of people love this team, man. We're looking for you to take that next step, man. We love y'all, man. We love y'all, man. You want to know how big the Atlanta Falcons are? They actually have their own bar in New York City.
Yes.
They have their own. Yes. I spoke to them on a couple of occasions. They actually have like their own Falcons bar. This team travels like the Raiders, like Pittsburgh, like Green Bay. This team travels. They love colors. Red and black is a very popular color. They love the colors, but they love the team. There is an Atlanta Falcons bar in New York City. Wow. Anytime that you guys come up, hey, hit me up. We'll go meet over there. Drinks on me, bro. I'm telling you. Just don't break me up, okay? But I would like to ask y'all a question, man, because we haven't talked about somebody that we know has the talent. Marlon Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
That man has that man has the talent. Marlon Davidson.
Oh.
Marlon Davidson has the talent. You know, we see the flashes every now and then, but what scares me is that if it's not now, it's probably going to be never. You know, because he's going to fall into the same realm as the Big Beasley and the number 98. I ain't going to say his name. Okay, I'm going to say 98. Okay,
who drafted that man?
Who drafted that man? Hey, Blackberry, who drafted number 98? Tell him. who drafted 98?
I'm just saying.
Thomas DeMetriou drafted him.
I'm just saying.
Yes, it was Green Goblin and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Green Goblin.
Dan Quinn drafted him. Can I say? Let me say this about Marlon Davidson though.
Mm-hmm.
He's a player to me that with the right coach, with the right defensive line coach, not the right defensive coordinator, but with the right defensive line coach, he can be a dog because he got the mentality of a dog. So with him, it's just falls into, is his technique right? Is he trying to do 2-3 things and trying to master 2-3 things, or are you just trying to master one move?
Right.
You got to be like Dwight Freeney. You got to be like what's his name? That's with the Rams now. That was in Denver. I can't think of his name. Von Miller. Master one move. Chuck Smith is when Chuck Smith on 92.9. I listened to him when he talking about his camp that he has, and he tells guys, if you're trying to be a jack of all trades, more than likely you're gonna be a master of none.
Yes, right, sir. Yes,
focus on one thing that you can master. If it's the spin move, it's the swim move, if it's the up and under, whatever it is, master that first and be a jack of everything else later. Because Marlon Davidson got the mentality, he got the heart, he got the talent. Focus on one move. Don't be, if you ain't a bull rusher, first of all, how many bull rushers have there been that dominate football? How many?
Come on, man.
Vince Wilfork, maybe Vince Wilfork.
That's one. No, that's one. Reggie.
Reggie White.
He will kill you.
Yeah. Reggie had that.
I'm sorry, y'all. Somebody talking to me. I'm sorry. Y'all go ahead. Y'all, somebody trying to get my attention. Hold on.
All right. So yeah, I guess like what he's saying is that if you have a bull rush move, you have no move unless that you're a legendary Hall of Famer, as you know, that coach says, Reggie White. But Reggie White had that club move too. That would
that's when it was legal.
Yeah,
yes.
You can hit him and hit them up.
That's when they were not. That's when they were hitting people midfield, spinning them like helicopters and stuff.
Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. Ask Reggie White. Ask Bruce Smith. And ask my favorite defensive lineman of all time, Deacon Jones.
My bad, y'all.
That's my favorite defensive lineman of all time because he's the reason why they even call it sack. I don't even think they was counted. I think they counted as a regular tackle before he coined the phrase sack. So you can imagine who would have been the true sack master if they was counted when they had that fearsome foursome on the LA Rams.
Right.
Oh my God, man. But like I said, it is what it is. But Noah Tendell had a good question right here. A position battle I like is for wide receiver 4. We have 12. Lord have mercy. We have 12 wide receivers on the roster. and we're likely only keeping 6. So who's going to be the best of that bunch? So we're looking at. I guess he's talking about like wide receiver 4. So who you guys think that this is going to be depth at that position?
Want me to go first?
I know you ready. You ready, Coach? Go ahead, brother.
I see Drake for 1. I still see Drake.
Okay.
Then I got Edwards.
Okay.
It's OZ. I don't know why, but I see OZ as at 3.
Okay.
And at 4. Now that is tough.
It is.
I can see Tate. But Geronimo Allison there too, though, man. So
yeah,
those, Allison. I'm gonna give you. So Tate, Allison, and that and Hodges.
He's turning heads. Cardrell Hodges.
I see Hodges.
Yeah,
but you still got some guys on the that that are serviceable. You know?
Yeah.
But that's my 6 that I see. I had those wrote down early, so but yeah, that's what I seen earlier.
All right, Mom, I'm gonna put you hold your feet to the fire on this one, man.
You know what? I'm shaking my head like crazy because I'm with Coach on that one. I'm with Coach on that one. Reason being, you got to look at it. Anytime you got players that have a catch radius, as well as being able to use their body against corners and safeties and defensive linemen, that's a plus. Because what that does is now you can throw specific passes that are hard for your defenders to catch or intercept. And those contested catches more so fall into our favor with them using their catch radius. It's the same thing when we saw that picture of Kyle Pitts, even though Kyle Pitts is the tight end, when AJ Terrell was on. You know what I'm saying? That's his catch radius that came into play. You know what I'm saying? So imagine us being on the 30-yard line, we getting into the red zone, and you want to throw over the shoulder pass. You know what I'm saying? Or you just want to live it up, and you got a really good corner on you or something like that. That catch radius comes into play. Your height, your body size comes into play because that contested catch is a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So, and you looking at that maybe 7 times out of 10, depending on who you playing. So
throw it up.
I'm with Coach. I'm with Coach on that. And then you got to think, you got 12, so you can still put some on, you can put some on practice squad, and if one of them gets hurt, God forbid, something goes down, whatever, you can always pull the next man up. That depth at wide receiver gives us the option so where we not losing one man and all of a sudden that's the whole season.
This is where it gets tough though, Marwan, because if it wasn't for the fact that we traded for Brian Edwards, this would be so much easier. But this is the type of problems that we need to have, like an abundance of talent, an overabundance of big body talent.
Right.
Like we got Drake.
Yeah.
Okay. Just to echo what Coach said, we got Drake. That's a guarantee.
Okay.
Brian Edwards is number 2. That is a guarantee. From 3 on, I have no idea. From 3 on, it's a push. Okay. So
they got to prove it.
I like Ghost Pepper said. No, who is it? Tindell. One of my favorite Falcons on there. I attribute this guy. He reminds me of a young Roddy White, and that's Frank Darby.
Ah, yeah.
I like Frank Darby. I like his. It's just something. You ever seen like some of a player's like something about him? It's not his demeanor or anything like that. It's just right. It's something about this man that I'm like, damn. If he can just get on the field, like I felt the same thing about Michael Walker. You know, it's just it's something
Mm-hmm.
about this man. Like when he gets on the field, he makes plays. That's why I want Michael Walker to start opposite of Rashawn Evans. But I honestly think, you know, T1000, aka Troy Anderson, I think the big body guys are going to start first and second down, and then we're going to get our speed guys like Deion Jones, and Michael Walker out there in nickel packages. You know,
Right.
like those two together, and that's another position battle that we have to look at. Like who's starting? You know, we run a multiple defense. Like who's starting? I think it's a done deal that Rashawn Evans is Mike 1.
Yeah.
Who's going to be Mike 2? Who's Mike 2? I mean, I looked up online and I looked up Troy Anderson's player comp. Do you want to know who they comped him to?
What?
Kuechly?
Don't beat me up. Okay, comments. Don't beat me up. But they said Brian Urlacher.
Oh my Lord, that's dangerous.
Yeah. Now you said Kuechly. I think who said Coach? You said Kuechly?
I said Kuechly. Yeah.
I would take either one of them.
Yeah, definitely, most definitely. Yeah.
They comped him to and they comped AK-47 Arnold Ibikiti. They comped him to Yannick Ngakoue.
Oh.
In terms of potential, that's who they comped to.
Yeah. He gonna be a monster anyway, because that you got to think, man. That man got the IQ and the athleticism.
And
he loves to study. Yes.
His hands are nasty.
Yes, he's violent. Like when he wants to get to the quarterback, like he gets there with bad intentions.
You hear that, Brady? Bad intentions.
Yeah. You can get your boy Shaq Mason from the Patriots all you want. That's okay. Get the guys that you want. Okay? But it's going to be a problem. This pass rush is going to be a problem. It's going to be much improved. Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of going back to Robinson, I have no freaking idea. From 3 on, I mean, I like that guy. What you got, Coach?
I got a question. I was watching Noah yesterday, and he had Cardell as wide receiver. Where are we going to put Cardell? Wide receiver, running back? Nobody knows.
Yeah.
Wait, what'd you say, Coach?
I said, where are we going to put Cardell? Is he going to be a quarterback? I mean, is he going to be a wide receiver, or is he going to be a running back? Patterson. You know what I'm saying? That's something. Because I watched Noah yesterday. It's hard. I don't know. I got him as a running back.
I believe he's going to be a gadget guy still.
I call him the X Factor. That's what I call him.
Yeah.
But what? Because if he starts at running back, Quadri's gone. Like, because I don't know if you keep, because what you got Algier, they're going to keep him. Mm-hmm. You got Damian Williams, they're going to keep him.
Right.
You got CP, if they're going to keep him at running back, they're going to keep him. Then you got what's the name of the punt returner? Avery Williams. You got to keep him.
Think about this.
Yeah.
That punt returner is a position by itself.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so does it count on the depth chart?
It does count. No, you can put him as just a kick returner.
Oh, they did.
You have 4 slots for special teams.
Okay.
He still can be a running back.
Okay.
He still can be a running back, but I don't know.
But you know what? He could start out like you said, wide receiver, but he could be that guy to where, let's just say we get in them postseason and somebody, like either somebody gets injured or somebody gets, winning or whatever, they could switch him to that role by committee if they need him to do that role if necessary. I don't think that's going to be his major role because, like I said, we've been hearing they've been trying to get him more towards wide receiver. But like you said, with this is Arthur Smith, and he wants guys to be able to do multiple roles. So whenever the need arises, I believe it's going to be like, hey, we need you to do this right here. You know what I'm saying? Or they may use him only in certain situations, like maybe in the red zone or whatever the case may be. So that's why I'm saying I believe he's still going to be that gadget guy, but I think his mainstay is probably going to be wide receiver.
Whew. Man, let me tell you, man.
That's the hardest person to figure out.
Yeah,
because I don't know where you put him because I thought before we signed Damian Williams, I thought this was Quadri's time to shine, honestly, because I've been wanting Quadri to get his opportunities and you see the potential there. You know, I don't know, maybe like it's a vision issue, like maybe, you know, like Arthur Smith doesn't trust his vision, or maybe he was supposed to hit a hole that he wasn't supposed to, because I know he was getting sick of that with Mike Davis. Okay, the holes there, he wasn't
in the season though. He was hitting the holes at the end of the season last year though.
Yes, he was. Yes,
Yeah.
and he has bursts too. Like for someone that's like, what he's like about 6'2", 35.
He's a big kid.
He's a big dude, you know.
Yeah.
But like I said, like there's certain positions on this team. I'm just like, God damn, like how do y'all feel about the safety position? Like it's a foregone conclusion that Jalen Hawkins and Grant is back there, or do we have Eric Harris? You gonna like run Eric Harris back out there? You know,
he's gonna be that veteran. He's gonna be that veteran present that he's gonna play, but he's gonna be that veteran present to come in and spill those guys when they're a little tired. That's all he's gonna be.
Who that? Eric Harris?
Yeah,
Eric.
Yeah. I like having Eric Harris on this team. I like that he coming back healthy. Staying healthy is the biggest concern with Eric Harris.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest concern. His style of play. He likes to be a thumper. He's a thumper guy, but he ain't necessarily built like a thumper. And I think that's why he finds himself in a lot of concussed situations, and you know,
Earl Thomas.
But right, perfect example. But when you got a leader like him, when you got a veteran guy like him who understands the position and knows that outside of the middle linebacker, the free safety is like the backyard general for the defense. So safety's got to be very intelligent, because safeties have to be able to everybody's responsible for their own position. But the safety is like the get back guy. Like, hey, this is what I see. Y'all, because the corners can't see everything, linebackers can't see everything, and the linemen can't see everything. So safeties are out there. This is what I see. This the formation. They communicating with the coaches. They communicating with the team. Eric Harris is very intelligent. He's a thumper. We got to get him to stay healthy. But he can be a difference maker out there at safety. And them young boys, Hawkins and them guys, they can learn a lot from Eric Harris. They can learn a lot. You got to be willing to learn, though.
Yeah, him and Io, because, you know, Isaiah Oliver, man, that man's presence on the field is paramount, man.
Right.
When he was on the field, it was him and AJ Terrell. It was shut down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It wasn't no boy, no worry about no backfield. No, none of that. And him
in that slot, yes, sir.
And I believe too, this year you'll have, you know what I'm saying, Isaiah Oliver being able to, you know, help Eric Harris and them. Their presence on the field is really gonna do us wonders, man. Because when we lost him, man, it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
And it showed.
Because he was where he belonged finally. He was finally where he belonged. In the slot.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
That's where he belonged. He was in the wrong position. He was in the outside. That's not him. He's a guy that's inside, that can get physical, that can use his intelligence to keep guys in front of him. That's what he is.
Yeah. And that's what you need. And don't sleep. Oh God, this guy's name escapes me, man. They found a diamond in the rough, man. This guy, I don't know if he came from the CFL or something like that, but they drafted this dude like D. Alford. Oh my God. They gotta find a way to get this dude on the field. Okay, find a way. Yes.
Second, third.
Or if there's a way, if they can, like, you know, one of the easiest things, like I played corner in high school, but the biggest thing that helped me in my career when I went from corner to safety, just like what Blackberry said, you can see everything. Things became easier for me because I saw everything as opposed to just being on a corner on the island. Because like I'm 6'6", like little guys could basically eat me alive. You know what I'm saying? Like guys that have like high agility. But once I got back there and I could read everything, it was GGs after that. But you have to understand one thing though. If they could get a guy, and I don't think it's a foregone conclusion, I don't think Jalen Hawkins is going to give up that position, that starting safety position, just because it's Eric Harris.
Right.
Yeah.
He's going
It's gonna be a
to give
position
him
battle.
some kind of, yes, it's
gonna
going to
be a
be a
battle.
battle. It's going to be a battle. You know, but this is funny. Noah Tindall said, when Avery Williams, Felipe Franks, Keith Smith, and CP on the field, what we going to think? Punt. That's
You said punt.
yeah. You said Avery
Pretty much what that
Williams.
is. No, CP ain't gonna be on the punt team.
But if you see at least three of the four guys and that guy in Noah Tindall's statement on the field at the same time, you're gonna, man, let me tell you something, man. It's gonna be punt formation. There ain't no offense. There's no offense made for that.
Or you can run a jet sweep out of that. I'm just saying. That's just my coaching looking at it.
Yeah, I don't like too many cute plays, but hell, if it works, it works. You know,
I don't like the jet sweep play at all. I don't like it.
It works when you don't expect it.
I ain't a fan of it at all.
I look at jet sweeps like when you first get a guy like week 6, week 7, week 8, and you trying to incorporate him in your offense, you hit a jet sweep.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah. But if it works, it works well. That's the thing. Like if it works well. But what are y'all thoughts on Dean Marlowe?
He's gonna be a backup safety.
Blackberry.
Simple as that.
I mean, what coach just say?
Marv, what you got, man?
Wait and see.
Said wait and see.
And wait and see.
To wrap that question up, Gunner.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
He's gonna be a gunner. He's gonna be a gunner on punt coverage.
That too. Especially, but he's gonna. Hey, you know what? This guy's actually not a bad safety though. He's not.
No. He's not. But he's in a position where, you know, it's like it's overabundance. You know, so it's either you're gonna be like a late cut because we're losing a week. People have to realize that we're losing a week in the preseason. Mm-hmm. So you better show and prove quickly because we already know what week three is guaranteed the dress rehearsal. So these guys that's coming in and have to show and prove and stuff like that, you've got essentially a game and a half to show that you actually belong on the team. When you're gonna get your walking papers, bro. It's just that simple. You know, I don't want to sound cold-hearted like that, but when you get like a 17th game, you're gonna lose something in the preseason.
Right.
You know
that practice squad gonna be deep. That practice squad gonna look like the overflow room at church.
Yeah, it's gonna be real out there. It's gonna be real out there.
We got a lot of young guys on that practice squad, on the practice squad, especially with the wide receiver. We got some good wide receivers on that practice squad too.
That dude from Tennessee is I like that guy that they got from Tennessee, but he's coming off of an ACL injury, so I don't know. That scat back. So I think if we're going to go back to the depth chart on the wide receiver, I think maybe just by familiarity and by availability, it might just be Oz. That's going to be the slot. You know, and what's that?
He's bigger body. Yeah, he's that veteran, but see, OZ, you're gonna be able to put him in situations where he can do short yards, or you know what I'm saying. You can use like one of the other receivers that's bigger than the decoy to get him so he can do what he has to do because they know they're not gonna put him out front with all these big receivers we got now. But OZ don't have to worry about trying to carry the wide receiver room no more. But he has a veteran presence where if you put him in certain situations, he's gonna flourish. He don't have that pressure on him now. You know what I'm saying? Right. So that you're gonna have to look out for OZ because he's small.
Harry Douglas, right?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Now it's flipped because before he was the same height as everybody, so you could see him coming. You got these big receivers now. You got to look out for OZ because they're gonna sneak him in there.
Yeah,
because you're not gonna really pay attention to him that much.
Put him in a bunch, hide him behind everybody.
See, that's what I'm saying. And then he's gonna take off, and that's why I'm so excited about our team because we got so much depth at areas we didn't have nothing. To where it's like we can put a bunch of them on the practice squad, and like I said, if need be, we can pull them out.
What the hell?
I'm telling you. What is Tev Sports Gaming say? How do y'all feel about the linebacker from Vegas, Nick Kiwakowski? We forgot about him. Nick Kiwakowski.
Oh, yeah, the dude from the Giants, man.
And Zoe Carter.
He got high potential, man. He got a motor on him, man. What's his name, y'all? Help me.
What's up?
From the Giants that we got from the Giants.
Carter.
Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah, Lorenzo Carter.
Yeah.
Man, look, I watched a little bit of film on him when I heard we had got him. I remember when we played the Giants, I think he was there, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, he's been there a couple of years, at least two.
I remember
2 years.
that guy name being called all over the place when we played him. He was everywhere on the field, and he got a high motor, and he's bigger. He's bigger than most linebackers that Will used to have. So, hey, like I said, we need to be beefed up at linebacker anyway. That's another position battle I'm looking forward to seeing in training camp.
Yeah, we was talking about that, and it's going to be in abundance. So the thing is, it's going to be some cuts that we're not going to see coming, because, like I said, you got Kiwakowski, you got Troy Anderson, you got Rashawn Evans, you got Michael Walker, you got Debo, and then we didn't even get to guys that was here last year, and then you got the undrafted free agents, and we didn't even get to the outside linebackers. We didn't get to D'Angelo Malone. We didn't get to AK-47. We didn't get to AO Ogundeji. We didn't get to them yet.
I forgot about them. I forgot about Malone.
Yeah, a lot of linebackers, man. Linebackers deep.
I think there's more. I think we got more heads on this team than in the Wu-Tang Clan, man. If y'all remember how deep the Wu-Tang is.
Ain't nobody got more members than them.
300 members.
Yo,
300. I'm an avid Wu-Tang fan. 300. I know.
I'm telling you right now, we have more. Yes, we have more people on this team than on the Wu-Tang Clan. I'm telling you, man. There's going to be. I mean, what's it? Most Falcons said, man, the energy better be the same if we make that wild card. We were talking about that earlier, man, before you got in. It's we don't want you. We don't want you, man. If you want to be sitting there talking smack and you want to say all this kind of crap, it's one thing about being objective. Where it's like our man Knight Rider, who had to leave early. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Knight Rider, but he says wait and see. That's not being negative. That's just okay, I just want to wait. I'm still a fan. I'm still ride or die, but it's I just want to wait and see. I've been hurt by this team before. So it's I don't want to put no kind of projections or anything like that. I just want to see exactly what we got starting week 1, and then we move forward from there. Are we all excited about the season? Yes, we are. But what we don't want is guys to sit there and dog out the team like what ESPN does and what Undisputed on Fox Sports 1 does. And on, you guys down there, I'm sure your local radio station do the same thing too.
Yeah.
Be dogging out this team. So it's what exactly do you want when we finally start doing well? No, we don't want you saying nothing. Just don't say nothing. Just keep quiet.
Make an excuse. Make an excuse why the other team lost.
That's right. That's why I said don't come back. Yep. That's why I said don't come back. Don't come putting your jerseys back on. Talking about that's my team. I knew they could do it. No, you didn't.
Nah,
you didn't.
We can tell what kind of jersey you put on. If you're gonna put a jersey on, we're gonna tell what kind of fan you are, what kind of jersey that you put on. Because if I see you put on some burger that used to be on a team or whatever like that, it's I know you ain't no real fan. I don't want to see no Barkowski or anything. No, I don't want to see that.
Hey, the number 7s, the number 7 jerseys.
Oh yeah, that's
coming out.
Yeah.
I got my throwback jersey on. I'm still with the Falcons, y'all.
Stop it.
Cut it out.
Stop it. But yeah, so get a couple more. We're gonna get a couple more questions that we're gonna get up out of y'all wait, for the rest of the day. I know some people got barbecues to go to. Some people just want to relax. So straight up,
it's raining at my
questions
house.
In. Get you.
People see you, coach. You over there in the chiller, man.
Man, it's raining outside right now.
You got.
Hey,
look,
man.
Let's say even that small fantasy show I was on was dogging us. So I told Oh yeah, I heard about that. Noah, that you was
Man.
out there like my man class was in session.
Oh yeah, I heard
went
about that.
He went off on him, dude.
Can I tell y'all? I was watching that. I was on there with him, and can I tell y'all? Outside of the, and this is just my personal opinion, outside of some of the little corny banter they did, Noah was killing it. Noah was killing it, and you know we were doing all right, but they were just, I think it was doing that. They were doing that. They were doing that low gut punching stuff, you know, making it seem like it was cute, man. I was like, but when Noah was hitting them with the knowledge, they couldn't say nothing. I'm telling you, if you go back and look at it, man, Noah had them quiet. Man. But they were low key trying to be slick with it, man. I was like,
see the guy, what's his name, Freeman? He was quiet too, wasn't he?
yeah, man, yeah. He didn't want to say nothing. He didn't want to say nothing. But like, I mean, that's how they are. Yeah. That's how they are. That's what I love about AFN, Mad Mike Sports, you know, 6-Man K Styles, you know, the whole family is, when you hit them with facts, when you hit them with stats, you can argue a fact all day long, but the fact still remains, man. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to be negative when you got facts. And that's why I was loving it. I was like, okay.
See, that's the problem. Like, everybody wants to be controversial and stuff like that. Yeah. You know, shout out to wrestling, but Eric Bischoff said this shit about back in the 90s that controversy creates cash. Hell, Skip Bayless created his whole career on being controversial. Yep. You know? Yep. So as long as you sit there and say like a hot topic that get people talking, hey, I mean, that's the essence of trolling right there, you know? And the easiest thing to do is to pick on, I would say, like, to pick on the little guy, you know? The easiest thing to do is to pick on Atlanta. That's the easiest thing to do. You know, just at one point, you could pick on Jacksonville. You could pick on Cleveland. You know? For some reason, people look at Atlanta, and they just want to sit there and just, like, harp on, and they want to pick on, and they want to say all kinds of craziness. Now, yeah. Granted, if you come with stats and whatnot, it's like we already understand that. That's how we got on this goddamn show. Mm-hmm. We already understand like all kinds of negative stats that you got. That's like when we talk about Matt Ryan, people say, "Oh, Matt Ryan sucks," blah 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 blah. But statistically, he's a top 10 quarterback and a guaranteed first ballot Hall of Famer. So how do you understand? How do you reason with that? Don't tell me somebody sucks and they're a guaranteed, you know, first ballot Hall of Famer. Don't talk to me about that.
Right.
You know, like somebody in the comments early in the show was like, he said, well, when Matt Ryan is on a okay, we already know Matt Ryan's on the Colts. My man was like, all right, well, if the Colts don't make the playoffs, what's your excuse then? How are the Colts not making the playoffs? So we got the Tennessee Titans, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and you got who's the other team down there? The Houston Texans. How is Indianapolis not making the playoffs?
Here's the problem, and I'm gonna ask you a question, but I'm about to throw some knowledge up in it. You ever notice somebody, friends, family, whatever, that you see got a lot of potential?
Yep.
And you know they got potential, but they just haven't made it there yet? You know how you see them do something and they make a mistake? You know how disappointed you are of them? Why? Because they got potential and you see it. Yeah. This Falcons fan base and the media see the Falcons have potential. They've been had potential. Yes. And for a lot of people, that's scary because then you got to go back and eat crow. And you're disappointed in the team because your emotions is locked in where that potential was at. You know what I'm saying? How everybody was in the rah-rah at 16 and then everybody's feelings got hurt when we didn't get over the hump. Why? Because they saw the team have potential. When somebody been trashing you for so long and you show potential, that's where the disappointment come in at. So they like, we like that kid that's got a lot of potential that could do great things, but ain't got a chance to really show it all yet. And that's all it is to it. So their narrative, Falcons, they're gonna tank. That's why they got us in last. Potential scares people. Believe it or not, whether you think we're gonna go to the Super Bowl or not, whether you think we're going to make the playoffs or not, the potential for us to be great scares a lot of people. Because everybody is comfortable with a narrative.
That's all it is.
It don't take no work to come up with a narrative. You know what I'm saying? You can see ESPN and them, they can run 8 different daggone things about the Falcons losing. The minute we start winning, everybody quiet. Because now you got to come back here and eat crow and admit that you were wrong. People scared of potential.
You want to know who they always slurping on though? And they ain't won nothing since the 90s. Besides Brady.
Cowboys.
Thank you. Thank you.
We got a team called the Cowboys in the NFL.
I seen them.
Nah, they're Pac-12, man. The Pac-12, man. Not even the big comp, not even regular Big Ten. No, Pac-12.
But see, that's why Jerry Jones. That's why the Cowboys stadium be packed out, because Jerry Jones basically took Barry Jones. He said, "Look, if we gonna tell them we going to the Super Bowl every year, and we don't make it, I'm gonna sensationalize it so they come see us anyway." He made money off of that because he made money. He found a way to make money off the narratives.
That dude is PT on him, man. He loved the circus.
Yeah.
Well, we had a friend who did the same thing.
It's something about moving the needle, man. It's just something about like when you have somebody, you could tell that your team is in disarray when after a game they go talk to the owner. They'll talk to you second.
He's right there. He's right there every game. He's there. He's there before everybody. He's there before the coach.
Get the GM.
My man got 60 mics like this around his face.
Yeah.
Asking for it, and he'll never say a goddamn word. He never says like a hot take or anything like that. It's just something about this team that, like I said, I can understand Pittsburgh with the lineage. I can understand Green Bay. I can understand teams like that. I get that, man. But I don't understand a team that has won one playoff game less than us. We won more playoff games than the Dallas Cowboys have in the past decade. But yet, teams like that move the needle for whatever reason. Teams like that, like with Tony Romo, gets more respect than Matt Ryan.
Well, remember it happened to the Braves. Before, and the Braves in the 90s, before we won the championship, before we won the World Series. The same thing with the Braves. Once they got that first championship, you couldn't tell us nothing for about 5 or 6 years. And then it kind of did its thing and it died down. That's why they were so hush about this one.
Yep.
Outside of it being the comeback story of the year, they were hush about it. Why? Because people's narratives now is like, nah, the narrative is making us money. The more we trash the Falcons, the more money we're going to make. If they start winning and we got to start recanting these stories, we lose money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm loving the fact that Mike and them said this the bad guy era. Because once that culture gets out there and people start seeing that the Falcons is something that is a force to be reckoned with, then you're going to have people start talking in a different manner. You're going to have those, well, it's just a matter of time before they go back. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they so hard on us right now because Matt Ryan ain't here? Before, y'all was ready to run him out of the city with pitchforks and torches.
That man ain't getting no respect until he got to Indianapolis. Now they got like a swan song. They got farewell videos for him. Now all of a sudden he has like deep throw accuracy. When he was a dome down in Atlanta, it was like, he can't get the ball.
He can't throw the deep ball.
Yeah, he can't throw a deep ball.
He started out throwing the deep ball. Like, what you thought? You thought that touchdown pass was 20 yards?
Very first throw in the NFL.
Like, did y'all not see the pictures? He got off the plane in Indianapolis. They had the violin crew.
Yes.
They had the little steak dinner table.
Honestly, it still kills me to see him in that blue. I don't think I'll be able to watch an Indianapolis Colts game. Like, if we're on a bye, I don't know if I could watch him in that blue. I wish him the best and all that, man.
And Russell went had number 2 also. Had number 2 in Indianapolis too.
You know what? I'm gonna watch to see.
I would have changed my number.
Look, honestly though, I'm going to watch to see. I'm going to watch to see. So when you get these so-calls start talking about how, because you know what's going to happen. It doesn't matter if he's playing up there or not. His performance is going to be based on us. Mm-hmm. Watch and see what I tell you. Some goofball going to say that. I'm going to watch the game and see how he do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to watch the game and see how he do. Because it doesn't matter. Yeah. Because like that other comment where the guy was talking about, yeah, you know, so if he don't make it, then what? Y'all gonna tie that back to us. Period. Yep. Y'all ain't gonna let that man be great. Y'all gonna tie that back to us.
I mean, we already had correspondents that used to be on the Atlanta Falcons. All of a sudden want to change their colors, and I don't want to be a fan because the Atlanta Falcons went after Deshaun Watson. Well, think about it. Before all this stuff happens, they were all accusations. We've seen Greg Hardy beat gun charges, rape charges, and all stuff like that. We've seen stuff like that, right? At the time, I don't like these charges. Let me preface my statement by saying that I don't like none of the stuff that came out. I don't. But when you saw that, damn, like we may be able to get Deshaun Watson, like geez, bro. Like if we get him, forget about it. Like, not only are we going to the playoffs, but we're going to keep this division on lock for years to come. This is, like I said, this is in the beginning. Do not judge what I'm saying by what you know now, okay?
Right.
In the beginning, I thought that it was a ruse and a hoax that was put on by the Houston Texans because that man asked for a trade. God, honest truth, you could crucify me if you want to. That's exactly what I thought. Because right as soon as that man asked for a trade and stuff like that, all this stuff came out. And now they in trouble too, because they was actually helping my man out. So guess what? Look, we dodged the bullet. We got our quarterback of the future with Ritter. We got Mariota. But like I said, if we would have got Deshaun Watson, all this stuff would have went away. Guarantee you, we keeping that division a lot for years to come, straight up. And it's not even fair. But if you want to sit there and you want to leave because of your own reservations and whatnot, that's perfectly fine. But do not sit there and talk shit on the way out. Like this is like a bad breakup or a bad relationship. You want to leave, you want to sit there and like another team, that is your God-given right. Do whatever you got to do. But don't sit there and talk smack on your way out, because you was liking the team even through, the BS and everything like that we was going through, the 28-3 and all the stupid jokes that was going through that. So trust me, we ain't trying to hear that. You want to like another team? Like another team. Go ahead. Just make sure you like somebody that's going to be better than us or whatever like that. But, hey, it is what it is, man.
It's 31 other teams.
Exactly.
We won't miss you.
Not at all. We don't. We not losing sleep. Ain't nobody going to strike. Everybody going to still show up on the field and play.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is.
Unless you're a Jets fan. It could be worse.
Well, I'm gonna sip some drink on that note.
But not to get into the Deshaun Watson thing. Is there a chance? He may not get suspended? Think about that.
I mean,
because I read an article last night. They said, if you look what he's done, everything was consensual. He didn't hurt nobody. Mm-hmm. He didn't rape nobody. He didn't, do anything that was criminal. Because that's why he was released, because there was nothing criminal that he's done. He, what he did was wrong, but there's a chance he may not get no suspension, depending on what this lady say next week. I think she's going to give a ruling next week. So there's a chance he may not get suspended. And that won't look good for the NFL.
Well, I was mentioning at the Magnus earlier, because it was information was all over the place. The thing is, though, and you got to look at it from not just the playing, not just the winning and losing, but you got to look at the aspect of it being a business.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. It's an indictment on the team that he came from to know that was going on. If that is less than stellar behavior, or that goes against, morality codes, then you gotta nip that in the bud. You know what I'm saying? But when you transfer from organization to organization, like I keep telling people, it did not heat up until he got paid. You get what I'm saying? It didn't heat up until he got paid. Now, I'm not here to say whether he did whatever because I wasn't there. That's not my platform or whatever. But what you got to understand is that also translates to the locker room. That translates to the organization's reputation. That translates to how people look at them in the media, how they're viewed in the NFL as a whole. You see what I'm saying? And I don't care what nobody say. That small blip, as far as the organization as a whole, it reverberates. It causes issues around the league because they don't know if they're going to have him as a quarterback. Then they're preparing another man who they don't think may be on the field. You get what I'm saying? So it's a bunch of chaos. And that ain't gonna translate well going into the season because now everybody you bringing chaos on the field. How you gonna win games? You know what I'm saying? Because if you lose a game, they're gonna be like, see, that's the reason why y'all should. That's what y'all get for not playing him. Let's just say he played. Now you hating this man on the field, and if he lose, see, that's why y'all shouldn't have let him get on the field. You see what I'm saying? So you cause a lot of discord. And it's an unfortunate situation. It's unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? And at this point in time, right now, nobody's winning. Nobody's winning. You know what I'm saying? So, and to your point about it, looking on the NFL, yeah, because then they're gonna look at it like going forward. How do we handle something like this if it should come up again? Because now Roger Goodell and them got to do some splaining. They got some splaining to do. And then that translates to any other players that's got issues like what we saw doing throughout this 2021 season. So it's a slippery slope, man. Very slippery.
Bro, they're gonna make an example out of that man. And look, dude, I'm gonna put it like this. Look, Deshaun, you put yourself in this position. You did. Stay off the gram, bro. Just stay off Instagram, man. Like 24. Okay, that's all I gotta say. But I also want to say thank you to the Cleveland Browns for being what you are and what you have always been. Thirsty. Okay. you have been thirsty. You know, Baker Mayfield don't want nothing. You know, they don't want to deal with you no more. So now you got our favorite quarterback, Jacoby Brissett. That's gonna be your week 1 start. Good luck with that. Jacoby Brissett. Trust me, like I said, thank you, Cleveland, for being the thirst bucket that you are to try to get better. And not only that, but you gave him, was it like fully guaranteed, like $230
million.
Yeah,
guaranteed.
176 guaranteed. Something.
What?
If he don't play this year, if he's suspended this year, he's still getting $45 million. What? Okay.
$45 million to sit on my couch.
$45 million. That's a lot of pennies.
$45 million, bro. Just to sit down.
Fill your truck up, money.
Let me tell you something, man. Honestly, I don't even know why they even tried. Like, why did they even try? Like, they didn't feel like. No. Well, y'all can answer this in the comment section too. Like, typically, I know Deshaun Watson is an upgrade over Baker Mayfield, but you still have Baker Mayfield on your team.
Yeah.
So and now they can't move him because they're waiting for their dumbass. They can't move him because teams are waiting for you to cut him. That's what they're doing. Because guess what? Baker Mayfield ain't going nowhere near that stadium. Nowhere near that stadium. But Blackberry, what you got on this topic, man?
Hey, I don't want to seem insensitive. I'm not going. First of all, I'm sensitive to any allegations of any, sexual harassment case. Okay.
Right.
I got a daughter. I got a mama. I got a soon-to-be wife. So I don't want anybody to think that I'm insensitive to these allegations. but we talking football. If we would have landed Deshaun Watson, anybody that's a fan of this team know that the first thing did not come to your head, sexual harassment allegations. The first thing came to your head was we got our quarterback.
That's true.
That would have been the first thing that come to mind. Now, whether or not these this thing sticks to them or not, first of all, justice should be served properly. But you hope for the best with anybody, especially if we don't, when the facts are the facts, that's when we can really judge. Until then, we can't do that.
Nope.
You just hope for the best of the guy. Football wise, we know what Deshaun Watson would have brought to this team. We would have instantly became not at the bottom of these lists that we seeing coming out. We would have been at least in the middle of the pack just by him being an addition at quarterback. So, hey man, God bless everybody involved in that. That's all I'm saying.
Well, just think though, I hate it for Cleveland because you got that going on. You got the side-eye committee because Baker Field is still hurt. And then y'all gonna put Jacoby Brissett on the field if Deshaun Watson don't play. Boy, that's a bad Thanksgiving dinner right there. Bad thing. I mean, auntie, uncle don't like each other. Y'all sitting at the table together, side-eyeing each other. That ain't it. That's not it. I'm telling you, that's not a good situation. And y'all think they're gonna come out here and do something? I don't see it. It's too much. It's too much chaos going on, man. Too much.
Just to prove a point to Baker Mayfield. Just to prove a point to him.
Yep. They probably looking at what's his name? CJ Stroud. Because Cleveland is going to Cleveland. That's what they're going to do. Cleveland's going to do what Cleveland does. But yeah, it's going to be like the same old same. Just like when he had what was the name?
Bernie.
What's the name? Breeden? Oh God, I forgot the name of that dude. But he was like a 30-some-odd-year-old rookie or something like that, man. He was from Oklahoma.
I can't remember.
That was his name.
Weeden or McCann?
Randy Weeden.
Any one of them. But yo, like got to all your questions and whatnot, but what we're gonna do, we're gonna give it a wrap, because technically, when we had the hashtag Juneteenth issue, when we was booted the first time, we was on for a little while. And once again, like I said, when you celebrate Juneteenth on the 4th of July, you get booted on your internet. That's just what happens, man. 4 black men on your screen right now. That kind of stuff happens, man. Fake news. Anyway, so I'm gonna give my brothers the opportunity to say their goodbyes. We're gonna be back here next week, But Coach, go ahead and say your goodbyes to the team.
Hey man, been a great show tonight. Well, today. And I'm going to stay in this cold weather. Like you guys have all that heat down there. But, yeah, man, just stay tuned, man. That's all we can say. Stay tuned. Training camp's around the corner. It'll be a lot more content that we can talk about the team more. But it's been fun. So everybody have a great 4th of July. And be back to work on Tuesday. Bye.
Go ahead, talk to Marwan.
All right. Listen, y'all have a safe holiday. Those of you that are celebrating it, enjoy your families and whatnot. But hey, keep your heads up, man. Like I said, trust the process. Be patient. Y'all gonna see some great things from this team. We're gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate y'all for tuning in, on your Sunday. As always, hey, we all about Falcons here. We're all about positivity. Y'all be good.
There we go.
Yeah, it's been a good day so far. Being here with my compadres, talking Falcon talk. fan wise, hey man, y'all fans, y'all just be happy that we, we got something to look forward to. Just be happy. Don't be all salty and disgruntled. Wonder, it ain't this, it ain't that. I'm tired of it. We tired of you. So,
wow.
Just have a great day. Enjoy the 4th of July weekend and the 4th of July if you celebrate it. I know I'm gonna eat good. I hope y'all eat good. We'll see y'all next time, home team.
All right, y'all. From all of us to all of you, enjoy your independence. You celebrate that. Keep the fireworks to a minimum because I got work in the morning. And hey, I'm gonna see all y'all later. Same time next week, 12:05. Regulators Podcast. We out.
Peace.
Peace.